Yo, what up, guys? I'm just coming back from. I just took a mushroom trip, 3 to 4 grams. I took it like 2, 3 days ago, and man, I realized like so many things, not just about my life, but like about everybody else. But I want to talk about like social media because I think it's just like it is like a prime example of the situation we are in today. It's just a little it's like a little reflection. It's just a reflection of just how people are dealing with life. And so like me personally, I've been struggling because I've been thinking like do people like do people resonate with what I'm saying? Like am I doing something wrong by not going with what like everybody else is doing on social media? Because I'm just trying to do what I do best, and it's like I want to how like show people the world I see because I just think it's beautiful. I think the world is has been looked at has been more so underlooked. It's been underlooked, and people are focusing on the lower aspects of it, and so me striving for like higher ideals for improving my speech, for improving my writing, like I just feel like just improving myself, like my progress is something that kind of goes against of what everybody else is doing online and even just in life in general. And then I real like I was thinking that, right? And then I just realized like the truth is that everybody is just they just have a mask on. Like everybody has a mask on. Like even in my like day-to-day interactions, I can tell right away if somebody's being real with me or not. I can tell whether they're afraid of something, whether they're hiding something, whether they're lying to me. I can tell right away. And it's just because I know myself so much that I can tell when somebody else is lying to me. And so then you move on to a platform like social media where everybody else can just put on any mask. They can put on anything they want to put on, and I see people are just like putting on this mask for somebody else. They're putting it on not for their own entertainment, not putting it on because they think it's something that they care about, that they want to grow. They're putting it on because they think that that's the mask that everybody else wants them to wear. They're constraining themselves, and they're only going as far as to however far that limitation is. Like there's so many like I don't know, like there's just so many things I just stopped caring about. Like, and you see it everywhere. Like people be posting stuff about like their shoes, about like about girls, about like I don't know. It's just like all of these things. It's like I don't really care about that anymore. Like none of these things are even gonna help anybody. They're not gonna help anybody out. They're just gonna make them feel like they're missing out on something. When in truth, the ones who are missing something are the ones who are posting these things. They're missing a higher like a higher outlook on life because the emphasis when you put emphasis on things like these, like you're missing out on all the rest of life. You're missing out on all these things that you can be experiencing. I want to see people like posting about like their own stories, that like things that will inspire me, that can help me connect with them, because social media is meant to help people connect. It's supposed to be a place where you can share, and it's supposed to be a place where you can show your love for the world, for your partner, for everybody around you. Show your gratitude for life. Show who you are as a person. Because every time I want to be able to click on an account, and I want to know exactly what you care about. I want to know what drives you. I want to know what like I don't know, just all these things that comes with being human. I want to be able to know. I want to be able to see the human in you, and rather than like the freaking like puppet that you have on like pictures, and I'm just bringing this up because it's hard, like I've noticed it's been hard on me. Like it's hard for somebody to strive, like to inspire, to feel inspired. It's hard for somebody to seek out self-improvement when nobody else seems to be doing it. And you look at the greatest people, like in like out of all time, the people who knew, who were onto something, who eventually got like, who are now looked on and are admired, and people draw their inspiration from them. These people, they weren't inspired. They were probably one of the least heard people in the world. Look at Copernicus. He was one of the guys who found out how the solar system is laid out. Actually, people, he was persecuted for telling the truth. Um, Freaking Da Vinci. People don't know like the side of him where like he was seeking out these like this divine inspiration. He was seeking out the divine. People don't know how like mystical of a person Einstein was. They don't know. They don't, and people don't even know anything about Nikola Tesla. Like these guys, these are people who brought the world that we're living in today. And their inspiration was not drawn from the people around them, because if they were looking around them and tried to grow from there, they'll get nowhere, because nobody was doing what they were doing. Nobody was thinking like they were thinking. They were drawing their inspiration from higher values. They're drawing their inspiration from God. They're drawing their inspiration from the divine, from like something past what the eye can see. And that's why it like pisses me off when people tell me that like God isn't real because you can't see him or whatever, or like you have to be able to see it to believe it. But then what happens when belief allows you to see? Like what? Why is it that people are just so limiting? They're like limiting themselves within not just what like others want to put on them, but they're limiting themselves in just like their own beliefs. They don't want to expand. They don't want to expand because they're afraid to be wrong. They're afraid to be vulnerable, and and life is too short to be afraid. Life is too short to not be vulnerable, because I've found whenever you're vulnerable, your life speeds up so much faster. You guys don't realize just how much growth you can get from just putting yourself out there. At every single opportunity you can get, you put yourself out there, you're gonna grow. You're gonna like keep moving through these cycles, because life moves in cycles. And the moment you allow yourself to just be driven by these cycles, you keep on going higher and higher and higher. And then soon you'll find yourself in a place you never thought you would happen. But that's the problem. People don't realize this. People don't realize that vulnerability is power. Vulnerability is what allows you to see who you are. It allows you to see others for who they are, and it allows you to see life for what it is. So I like it just angered me, because I was looking at people like in my trip, and I was just thinking about people, and I just saw this mask of fear, this mask of like deception. It was just like, and I was just looking at them, and I was just like feeling so bad, because I knew that they wanted to be themselves. I knew that inside they wanted to be something else. They wanted to just be the truth, and they don't allow themselves to. And this social media thing is just, it's just another example, because people are not allowing themselves to show who they are. And they're just putting on like this like paper image of what they want people to see, rather than allowing themselves to show their insides. So yeah, I hope this gets you guys thinking. Like, I know it's a little, I don't know, I don't care. I hope this helps you guys out. Let me know if you guys I want to talk about my trip, because there was a lot that went on, and this is just a small part of it. Um, yeah. So hopefully in the future I do that. Wish you guys the best. Peace.